So how would you like to hear about a much more effective way to set goals for all of your creative projects? That's what I'm covering on this video, so stay tuned. Hi, I'm Bob Baker. Welcome to my channel where I dish out marketing and career advice for musicians, for writers, for visual artists, actors, and really creative entrepreneurs of all types. Plus, I throw in some comedy and even meditation and other fun stuff just to keep things interesting. So if you don't already, please consider subscribing to the channel. This episode is brought to you by The Passion Principles, which is my newest book. The subtitle is 101 Ways to Express Your Creativity and Share It with the World. I'm really excited about this new resource, so I hope you'll take a moment to check it out. There'll be a link to that in the video description below. So let's talk about a more effective way to set goals as a creative person. And this was inspired by a video that I saw on the Big Think YouTube channel from a guy named Adam Alter. So I'm going to paraphrase his angle on this and then put my own unique spin on it. But basically, Adam was talking about the traditional way of goal setting is you set this vision, this goal that you want to reach. You know, you want to publish a book, you want to do a music album, you want to write a play, whatever it is. And it's out there on the distance and you set this goal, you see the end result. This is a very common thing. In goal setting, you're supposed to look at it from the end result, visualize that it's already happened, all of that good stuff. But in Adam's way of thinking, every day that you go to work on that thing that's out in the distance, you're not quite there. So every day you're reminded of this gap that exists between where you are now and that finished project that you want to make come to fruition. So in his way of thinking, you're sort of like reminding yourself that you're sort of like failing or you're not quite there yet. You're just short of the goal by a long stretch, maybe a short stretch, whatever that is, but you're not there. So you always feel less than. I'm on the way to it. And I've talked a lot about goal setting before, so that's not the only way to look at this thing. I like to have a vision out there and I work to close the gap, and sometimes that motivates me. But I can see what he's talking about, where you sort of feel like you're less than, you're not quite there. Am I ever going to get there? And people are sort of overwhelmed and depressed by that gap that exists. So in that video, what he suggests is that you set systems, not set goals. And by systems, he means like a regular routine. I'm going to use a different word though. I'm going to say I'm going to encourage you to set rituals or to create rituals related to your goals. So what is a ritual, or what is the system that he's talking about? So let's use the example of you want to write a book and say it's going to be like, I don't know, 50,000 words and it's out there on the horizon. You're inspired, you're excited about it. What do you have to do to write a book? I mean, when it comes really right down to it, you got to sit your butt in a chair, unless it's a stand-up desk, and you got to write, and you got to do it on a consistent basis, ideally every day. So the ritual or system that you would set up is to spend a certain amount of time every day writing. That's your ritual, that's your system, that's your, I don't like the word routines, it kind of sounds a little bit boring, mundane for artists. So ritual though, that has like a spiritual or a higher purpose sort of context to it. So that's the word I'm going to encourage you to use. But if system works, go for it. So here's the big distinction when you set rituals instead of goals, is that if you say, I went for an hour a day, I'm going to work on my book, you can do that every day. You can actually succeed every day. When you go to bed that night, you go, did I spend an hour working on my book? Yes, I did. Hooray for me. You can celebrate. Da-da. So you feel every day that you're a success. You're moving toward the ultimate goal. Sure, when you think about that thing out on the horizon, it's still in the distance, but it's something that you can actually be proud of and celebrate every day. Da-da. Because when it really comes down to it, success is not this big leap that you take or this destination that you reach. It's about the journey. It's about the simple habits that you develop to work on your craft, to hone it, to express yourself every day, or certainly every week, multiple times a week. So I like this approach a lot better. In fact, I've written and talked about this before, where instead of just visualizing yourself only from the end result, also in your mind, visualize yourself enjoying the task, enjoying the daily activities that it's going to take to reach that goal. So in addition to doing the work or setting aside the time or the word count or whatever it is that you're doing, the number of songs that you're working on, In addition to that, envision yourself enjoying the process. Visualize yourself just like being a channel of creativity and things are just flowing out of you. And by seeing your activities in that way, you can actually kind of make them happen. Does this make sense to you? I hope so. So here's your homework. Get out your calendar, whether it's paper or digital or whatever, and block out times on the calendar for when you're going to dedicate that time to your art. Whether you have an actual big project you're working towards or just to do it on a regular basis so you get better at it, set aside time. And every day ask yourself, did I live up to that little commitment today? If yes, you are a winner. Ta-da! You are a success in your creative field. Just like the movie Groundhog Day with Bill Murray, every day you gotta get up and do it all over again. But in a short amount of time, you'll look back and you'll see the progress you've made. You'll see the body of work that you've created. You see the great strides that you've taken with your art. So that's what I encourage you to do. If you like inspirational messages like that, you'll love the Passion Principles, 101 ways to express your creativity and share it with the world. Check the link below to get more information about that. I've got a hair, it keeps falling down there. It's kind of cool looking though, isn't it? And if you'd like to get in touch with me or stay in touch with me, the best way to do that is with email. So I encourage you to get on the Creative Entrepreneur VIP list. It's really easy to do. Just go to this webpage, promoteyourcreativity.com. That's promoteyourcreativity.com. I'll even give you free access to one of my courses and give you a sample download of some of my other books. And if you'd like to support my ongoing efforts to inspire, educate, and empower creative people around the world, please consider becoming a patron. Just go to patreon.com/Bob Baker to learn more about that. So comment, like, share this with someone who could use this message. And of course, subscribe to the channel. Thanks for everything you do to express your creativity and share your gifts with the world. I'm Bob Baker saying so long for now. Hey, would you like to... toy boats, toy boats, toy boats. Yes. Whoa! Da-da!